How's it? I'm Keith.
I'm Dad.
I'm Mom.
I'm Carly.
I'm the best friend.
Hi, my name is Breeana and I am a member of your Speech 151 class. Today, I want to discuss with you guys different types of abuse and various treatment options. My reasoning for choosing this topic is because it is a growing problem in our country today, and if it is not treated promptly and correctly, it can be very dangerous to the health of that person being abused and potentially take their life. Also, many people who are suffering from abuse don't know where to go for help, so in my speech, I'm going to lay out various options for people who are suffering from this problem. The four major types of abuse that I will be discussing are physical, drug, mental, and sexual. Did you know that every 1 in 4 women will experience domestic violence in their lifetime? Also, an estimated 1.3 million women are victims of physical assault each year. Abuse of tobacco, alcohol, and other illicit drugs are a big problem to our nation. It is very costly, exactly over $600 billion annually in costs related to crime, loss of work productivity, and healthcare. It's weird because emotional abuse is the most common type of abuse, yet most people don't even realize that they are experiencing it. So in my speech, I'm going to describe to you guys the different types of abuse and different treatment options associated with each type. Just to let you know, my speech will be about 8 to 10 minutes long. Now, let's get into the first topic, physical abuse. Physical abuse is the act of someone else involving contact intended to cause feelings of physical harm, injury, or bodily harm. It is most common for children to be victims of physical abuse, but adults can be sufferers as well. Symptoms of depression, emotional distress, and suicidal attempts are common features of people who have continuously experienced physical abuse. Forms of physical abuse include punching, pulling, pushing, and placing the victim in stressful positions, such as exposing them to electric shock and tying them up. This is a picture of different types of injuries that can occur when someone is being put under physical abuse, such as a black eye, bite marks, lash marks, and grab marks. Seeking treatment is unlikely for most people because they are usually ashamed of what has happened to them. And ones that seek treatment are usually under some sort of legal constraint. Treatment options and preventions include enhancing positive experiences, talking to someone you trust about it, such as a doctor or close family member, not making excuses for the behavior, creating a safety plan for yourself, and seeking professional help from your doctor or a physical abuse hotline, such as loveisrespect.org. Someone who is performing the physical abuse should receive cognitive behavioral therapy, or also known as CBT, which specifically targets anger patterns and distorted beliefs. You can also receive training in parenting skills, expectations, social competence, and management of daily demands. Now I want to discuss another type of abuse, drug abuse. Drug abuse is known as the habitual taking of addictive or illegal drugs. Genes, mental health, and your family's and social environment play a role in drug addiction. Family history of addiction, traumatic experiences in childhood, mental disorders such as depression, early use of drugs, and the method of administration, such as using a needle to administer it into your vein, all play a role in drug abuse. Common signs of abuse include neglecting responsibilities, using drugs under dangerous conditions, such as when you're driving a car, drug use that is getting you into legal and financial trouble, and relationship problems because of drug abuse. Signs of drug addiction include a high drug tolerance, taking drugs to avoid withdrawal symptoms, loss of control in drug use, abandoning activities you used to enjoy, such as hobbies like fishing or golfing, and revolving your life around the drug and putting the drug before the people you love. You can find help and support by visiting a Narcotics Anonymous meeting in your area, or call 1-800-662-HELP in the U.S. to reach a free referral helpline that will lead you in the right direction to successful recovery. Support is essential to recovery, and you can look to doctors, therapists, close family, friends, and other recovering addicts for help. Not only illegal drugs can be addictive. Different over-the-counter pills, such as ibuprofen, can be used by drug abusers as well. Some other types of addictive drugs include marijuana and cocaine. Now, let's get on to the third type of abuse, which is mental abuse. Mental abuse is a form of violence that affects the mind. It is also known as emotional abuse. Many are being mentally abused either verbally or psychologically and don't even realize it. Verbal use is using words and body language to criticize someone. This is a picture that demonstrates how words can really hurt someone. Psychological abuse is altering the abused person's sense of reality, often in a manipulating way. For example, telling an abused person they caused this upon themselves and making them feel guilty. Cults usually use forms of psychological abuse. Signs of abuse include the way you're being treated in a way that makes you feel upset, ashamed, or embarrassed. Name calling, being put down, teasing, those are all signs. If you want to seek help, tell someone you trust so they can help to protect your safety and privacy, such as a doctor or health representative. Local domestic violence programs will be able to provide information, a place to stay, counseling, and emotional support. Also, point you to legal help, child services, financial and educational resources, and employment resources. For victims under different types of mental abuse, you should go to safehorizon.org. It is the largest victim service agency in the United States. Now, let's cover the last type of abuse, which is sexual abuse. Sexual abuse is forcing undesired sexual behavior upon someone else. This could be unwanted kissing, touching, or sexual activity, such as oral sex, rape, or restricting condoms or birth control to that person. This most commonly happens to young children and women because of power control. Treatment is to contact someone you trust, such as a counselor, a sexual assault hotline, or a support group. Support systems help you to deal with emotions brought on by the abuse. It is also important for you to report what happened to the police. You should go to an emergency room or health center so they can treat you for injuries and offer medications to help prevent pregnancies and STDs. These can be very fatal and are harmful to your health. Now, let's summarize. So, in my speech, I discuss how abuse is a very serious type of behavior that needs to be treated for as soon as possible and as soon as recognized. Not taking care of these 4 types of abuses discussed, physical, mental, drug, and sexual abuse, can lead to very serious and sometimes fatal consequences. Thanks so much for listening to my speech, guys. Feel free to ask any questions or express any concerns.